Doreen Brown, a mom. I have 2 children.
I'm Lynn Clement. I am a mom with 2 kids.
You know, I've always been active, but my activity level has waned through the years. So there was times where I was just really fit and really intense into working out. But I think about 10 years ago, I just slowed down a lot. I had a pretty intense job and really didn't put myself first. And then COVID hit, and so I really took my working out really took a back seat. So I retired about a year ago, and I remember the exact date. It was July 27th, 2022 was the date that I had to reclaim my health.
In addition to who I am, I'm also a cancer survivor, and I also deal with rheumatoid arthritis. So when I was pretty active in high school, after high school, did a bunch of races, ran 2 marathons, and that was back in the 20s, 2020. After my daughter was born, that's when I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I could not lift her up. My hands weren't working at that time. It was scary enough being through COVID, but it was also scary having a diagnosis. We were all locked down in our house, and we were definitely, I could see the stress through the whole thing impacting my family as well. So right before I got the diagnosis, but then once I started chemo, had to kind of say, well, I'll do what I can. Part of it, I didn't want my family to see me give up. And I kind of wanted to make sure that my kids know that you have to persevere through things, even if it's tough.
It's a lot. You've gone through a lot here.
Yeah. Another mom had said, hey, you should try this out. Come to make yourself and come to our sweat collector stuff. And I said, okay, well, I don't know. It's almost been a year, so it's been very powerful. I miss you guys when I'm not here.
Once I stepped in, I saw a lot of wonderful people, and I felt very invigorated, very challenged, but very accepted and empowered, because I wasn't super athletic and I was overweight and I wasn't in good shape. But I could tell that this was going to be my community, or one of my communities. And I think that really helped just make a decision that this was the place where I was going to continue with my goal of getting in shape and be healthy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that I remember so vividly about one of the first sessions I came to, there was a lady named Jane, and she was 79 years old, or is 79 years old, and she was doing the workout, and she was getting on and off the floor numerous times during the hour. And I'm like, you know, if Jane can do it, anyone can do it. And that was just really important to see. Everyone has a journey, and we just uplift one another. You can see that at the very first session. And Alyssa's been a godsend, very empowering, and meets you where you are, no matter what injury, what you're feeling. She's always just a little bit of a push and encouraging, and can meet you where you are.
It's always different. It's never the same routine. So, you know, you go into a workout thinking, okay, I got this. When your self-doubt happens, then you're given this, no, you're just gonna do this, and you don't think of other things because you're just thinking, oh, I'm here in the moment. At home, I have some of this stuff. I could easily do this at home. Nobody is at home cheering me on, or am I watching them struggling as much as I am? Definitely seeing the rest of the group work as hard as you're working. High school kids, we have college UAA basketball team out here working out, sweating just as much as we are. And everyone's like super excited, and it's hard. It's hard when you're not here because you miss it.
People believing in you, because sometimes you don't believe in yourself. It just takes time.
And this is all very functional. A pediatric therapist, so I am on the floor with little kids, and then I have to get up from the floor. And I'm like, okay, it used to be hard, and now it's not as hard. It makes you feel stronger, like mentally too.
It is an expense, but it's something that I've had to shift. I'm not going for the clothes, I'm not going for this, because it's money that's going to go towards the long game, which is my health. Being able to get off the ground, or having balance, or being stronger, and having a healthier back. I mean, the list could go on and on. There's big shifts in my life that have occurred because I've been working out, and putting that money for my daughter and myself to come here. And I've got like 3 years before she graduates. Now it's 2 years before she graduates. There's got to be healthy, healthier things for her, and I have to do that by an example, and then lead and give her a path if that's what she chooses.
My name is Iris Rowland, and Doreen is my mother. Inspired by her, and her work ethic is just amazing. She really encourages me to work out here, and I feel like it is really good for me. It helps my mental health and stuff like that, and I'm getting healthier. Really proud of you, Mom. I love you.
Today's good, right? It's like I can't go in the past and change it, but today's what it is.
So my son got to be one of your, not your first, but starting with your basketball academy. And he flourished. He was like, oh, I like this, okay. And he never complained about going to practices. Yeah, Mom, are you gonna work it out? Are you gonna do your workout today? This is gonna get you today. I'm like, I know. So there's a little bit of that. Just see him like, okay, he can conquer the stuff. Or we went hiking. Come on, Mom, keep going, I'm trying. I think, what I've learned the most is being able to accept a challenge. And it's okay if it's a struggle. With the community, it's a good struggle.
Once you make up your mind to come, you do. I just don't ever not want to come. It's weird. You're sweating together, you're vulnerable, but you're all in that same space, and we just encourage one another. And I mean, people just have to make the decision to try, even just try it once. If it's not here, it's somewhere, and it's the long term, the long game.